Hi, Izet from Zetster's Lab. Sitting on my bed, I had a nice afternoon snooze after my tough morning. Remember I told you about the art workshop? No, not the art workshop. The Christmas market. And as I was driving into town this morning with my car, packed with 84 paintings, on my way to the shop, I thought to myself, how did I get into this position? Into this situation? I don't know. How did I get into this position, into this situation? Because it's not something that I usually do. It's out of my comfort zone. I mean, it's one thing to talk over YouTube and Facebook and tell everything and show all your paintings and everything, but to go to exhibit all your paintings, and it's kind of tough. So how did I get into this situation? And that is a question that all of us ask ourselves many times. All of a sudden you find yourself in a situation that's really not your choice, or a situation that you just feel, how did I get here? What did I do to get here? What did I do wrong, most probably, we ask. As soon as we don't like a situation or something, that's the first thing we think. How did I get here? Let's say a divorce. Let's say you find yourself in a divorce. That when you got married, that was not your idea. And then all of a sudden, no matter how hard you tried over the years and you gave your all and whatever, all of a sudden you find yourself in this situation. And, as I was asking myself this question, I just realized, we're in situations to show us what's in our hearts. We're in situations many times in uncomfortable situations, and instead of blaming everybody else and everything, and that situation is there for our good. And that doesn't mean the situation is going to make us happy. What that means is the situation you are in is always for your good, but for your good means when you allow the situation to tell you what's in your heart. So this morning, it's a stupid thing. Really, we go through terrible things. Death of a loved one, sicknesses, whatever. I'm just going with 84 paintings to a Christmas market, and I feel out of sorts. And what did the situation tell me? There's still fear of man. What's the people gonna think? Will I sell anything? What if I don't sell a painting? What if the people doesn't like my stuff and things like that? So once again, I realize I still have fear of man inside of me. I need to deal with that, because this is not about what the people gonna think. This is about my life. The same with you. Everything that happens to you, no matter what it is about your life. What is that telling you about your life? And if you use that for your good, you will deal with what it is showing you. So yes, I had to look at myself very closely today and realize I still have a fear of man and what will other people think, and what if I don't sell, and I still have a lot of insecurities, and that is my issue. That is what this situation is showing me. So immediately I had to surrender. I just said, oh boy, yep, that's the truth. That is why I feel scared and unsettled and whatever. So I surrender that. Because my life is about just walking with the Spirit, the flow, the life in me. Doing what the life in me is leading me and allowing me to do. And find peace and joy in that moment. It's not about what ifs, you know. What if nothing is going to sell and that's tomorrow and the next day and whatever. It's not about that. And I didn't decide to take my paintings to a shop. One day, all of a sudden, I paint daily. As you now see, I got 84 paintings ready to take to the market. I still have at home. I still have, I sold a lot. So yes, I paint. That is what I do. I love creating. That the life in me is leading me to do day by day or whenever. So I do it. It's not that I decide to, or it's just, that is what the life in me prompts me to do, allows me to do, and I do it. I don't know why. And then one day I just got this brainwave. But why don't I ask why don't I get a stall at the Christmas market? I had a stall 2 years back at the Christmas of July market, and I actually loved it. I was much worse then, very, very scared and everything to go, but I went and I sat there and I painted, and my best friend, the artist that introduced me to art, she went with me, and she's the seller, so she was chatting to everybody and telling them how beautiful my art is, and all I had to do was sit there and paint and answer questions, and I actually loved it. So I thought, let's go for the Christmas market. It's locked down, we're in South Africa, we're not going anywhere, so why not try it? So yes, I wrote a mail and whatever, and it came back, yes, you will be the artist, the visiting artist, that's what they call it, and you'll have a stall, and it's going to be on the upstairs, and it's going to be for 4 days. So I had this thing, that is going to be nice. I'm going to paint again. I'm going to sit with my stuff. I'm not going to actually do anything beforehand. I'm just going to pack my paintings because I'm going to be there. So if everybody asks me anything, I'm going to tell them this is the meaning of this painting, and I can share the meaning of every painting with everyone that wants to know. I'm going to be there. Well, the next minute, due to really bad COVID cases in this area, they decided, no, we're not going to do the market on the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th of December, only the 4 days. We're going to do it in a shop, in a shopping center, and from the 1st to the 24th of December. Oh, that is interesting, I thought. And then the next thing, it's the barcodes, and we're not going to be there the whole time, and now it's going to be like a shop. And all of a sudden, I felt out of sorts. So I had to write at the back of all my paintings the meanings. I had to do it on the computer, and hubby had to help to, because now we're going to have a barcode, and I'm just going to drop my paintings there, put them up or whatever. Now I need to put them up. I was just going to stack them and put them on my easels and that type of thing, you know. So yes, this morning, that is where I found myself in the car, driving with my 84 paintings. It's very funny. I mean, the 84 is just ridiculous to me. I've got 84 paintings ready to sell. That is so funny, but yes. So with my 84 paintings, I was driving, and I really felt out of comfort zone. And that's when I asked myself this question: how did I get into this situation? And now this is the moral of the story. It unfolded. It had absolutely nothing to do with me. I mean, even the brainwave that I had, let's try and get a stall at the Christmas market, that worked. So wow, that was what I had to do. That was the plan, the life in me's plan. And then it unfolded to where I find myself now. There's other people involved, other things and whatever. So that's why I find myself now. And the same with all of us, with our lives. We just do every second of every day what the life in us is allowing us and leading us to do at that moment. Let's say you're in a terrible spot with your husband, and you lose it, and you really say terrible things and whatever, and afterwards you feel so terrible. How could I do it? How could I lost my temper with my children, with my husband, whatever? How could I do it? But you know, at that moment, that was all that you could do. That stuff that was inside of you, that were eating you up like a worm or something. We've got things inside us, like the Spirit. We've got this Spirit in us, the life, as I call it, the abundant, everlasting life. And then we've got those things, our enemies, and whatever I also call them, that's keeping us hostage. And that is things like fear. In my situation, fear of man, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough. Those things hold you back, and they eat you up spiritually, emotionally, call it what you will. And now if we just realize that when we find ourselves in a situation where we've lost it totally and whatever, it's once again our life. So what is that situation showing you about yourself? Is it hate? Do you have hate in your life? And once again, it's now not about the children and the husband. It's about you and your life, and what the life in you, the abundant life that you have in you, that promises you peace and joy in the midst of any situation that you may have to face in this realm. Power, wisdom, protection, provision, whatever. That is the abundant life, and that is what whatever promises us. But why don't we live in victory now? And this has got nothing to do with the physical realm. It doesn't mean I'm going to be rich and I'm going to be pure, whatever. It means you're going to have peace and joy in the midst of any situation. That is heaven on earth. That is victory. So we got to get to that point where we realize in this realm, everything is about me and my life. The I am in me, the same I am in you, but it's about me for me, you for you, if you know what it means. It's not about the others. And then I really remember this again. You don't have any friends or you don't have any enemies. You only have teachers. That is amazing, because that's the truth. Any situation, every situation, every person that comes over your path is a teacher. What is it teaching you? About the world and everybody out there, and how bad this is, and how bad that one is, and that. No, it's your teacher. It's teaching you what you need to deal with, and what you need to see about yourself. Is there hate in your life, in your heart? Is there resentment? Is there anger? Is there self-pity? You know, the self-pity. Oh, poor me, look at me. Is there racism? Is there whatever? But every situation is for your good if you start to take that situation and allow it to teach you what you need to deal with in you. So even if you have a total meltdown and you say things and do terrible things, afterwards be still and watch and see what the life in you is telling you about you, what you need to deal with, so that you can experience the abundant life that is already in you in every situation. And then I come back to Paul and Silas in jail. They were singing in their bondage situation, in this tough situation, and they didn't seem to get out. They sang because they experienced the abundant peace and joy and love of the life in them. That's why they sang. They could sing at that stage because there were no anger in their hearts. There were no resentment, no racism, no whatever, hate for their enemies that threw them in. There was nothing of that. That's why they could experience peace and joy in that bondage situation. And that is the message that I got as I was driving in, asking myself, how did I get into this situation that I feel very, very vulnerable and unsure in? Oh gosh, and the funniest thing is, I was so busy getting all my stuff ready and stuff. I saw something about where it is, but there were so many things I needed to do. I landed at the wrong place. There I was walking with 4 or 5 paintings in a shopping center, asking where's the shop for the Christmas market. No, they had absolutely no idea. And then I realized, oh boy, I'm at the wrong spot. So I phoned the woman, Chantel, that's helping me. And she said, no, we're at this Pick n Pay hypermarket next to that. You're in the wrong place. So, oh gosh, I was so glad hubby wasn't there, because he would have rolled his eyes at his crazy wife. So thanks for joining in. Have a fantastic day, and remember, your life is about you. What is every situation you may find yourself in teaching you about you? It's all about you. It's about the abundant life in you, leading you, guiding you, every step of you, the way, in order for you to live the abundant life now. So yes, it's not about everybody else and what everything. No, it's about you. And if we start to find the good, because that's the good. That's the good in any situation. Every situation is for your good if you use it as a torchlight to show you what is in your heart, what is keeping you hostage, in bondage. So this is the day of our salvation and deliverance and healing and whatever. From what? From those things that's still keeping us hostage. Be still and know all is well. Have a fantastic day, and remember, life happens now. Just focus on now and know that now everything is unfolding perfectly. Is it from Zetster's Lab? Bye.